Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Give Me Back My Horror Movies. Oh, we lost Charlie. He's asleep. We are just getting off the month of action and
No month of action. Woo! Ah!
pew, 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 pew. Wait, no.
Oh,
We are
no.
done with the month of action. You need a much needed, or you should get some much needed sleep here, sir.
I feel like I need it, man.
You have definitely gone above and beyond this year, and holy shit, what a month.
What a month indeed. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. I still somehow forget every time we plan it how I feel at the end of the month. And then what does my dumbass do? Recommend we do a double feature, kick it off.
Yeah, you sure did. Hey, let's do
this is all my fault.
And then I messaged you last night saying, "Hey, we're still on for 9:00 in the morning," and I could hear it in your voice going, "Oh fuck yeah." Yes, I'm watching the movies tonight.
No lie, it was about an hour before you messaged me. I'm sitting there going, I gotta fucking watch both these movies today. And then you messaged me, and I was like, yep, I gotta watch both these movies today. So I was gonna watch one in the shop and go watch the other in the house at night. And then I messaged Jackie. I was like, I had a shit day. I had shit day the other day. And I went, hey, you want to watch both with me tonight? Let's just make it a proper double feature.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about it like that. So Jackie and Chloe watched both movies with me.
Really?
Not exactly sure how they felt about them. Still not 100% sure how I feel about them.
Right. Yeah, I'm on.
This is a different one.
So these are those late 80s, early 90s horror movies that kind of, they weren't the Jasons and Freddys, and it wasn't quite Scream yet. So this was in this era of horror history. It's kind of a dead period where there wasn't a whole lot of bangers coming out, and they were looking for a hook. They were looking for something weird to try, and they didn't have their feet under them really with horror. This is big comedy era, so there's a lot of big comedies coming out, and big action coming out. But horror kind of, unlike today where horror is king, back then horror was in a lull.
Well, it was the constant sequels.
Yeah.
At this point, we're in part 4s, 5s of some of the big franchises.
Even some of the little ones. Leprechaun.
I think Leprechaun was just starting around this point, wasn't it? I forget when the first one came out.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. But, Freddy's been out for a while. Jason's been out for a while. Michael Myers is probably in its third timeline by this point. And you were getting the very low budget, semi-independently done. Like both of these movies we're going to talk about were very independent movie horror. But Pete brought this up. I said, do August. Like I fucking picked almost 10 episodes for a month of action. I'm good for a while. Okay. And I had a feeling Pete was going to go horror because I looked at our schedule. I'm like, we haven't done horror since
we haven't done horror in at least a month.
January, February. I think the last proper horror movie was a month of Pete pick. And because that's when right about the time we changed and shifted a lot of things. So I was like, go ahead. And you messaged me and you're like, let's do Popcorn. But it's what you said when you brought it up.
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a 80s or 80s, 90s. I never remember. Yeah, it's in that blur. But I was like, okay, maybe he's got some history with it. But you messaged me and you went, I only watched it recently, like within the last couple of years. And I was like, that's not nostalgia. That's not what we're doing. But you went and said, I always remember this VHS cover. Like it has stuck in my brain. And I know this movie. I had also seen it a few years prior when it was on Tubi and easy to get. Thank you. And I also have strong, attachment to the VHS cover as well. And I went, well, that's kind of cool. But I also remembered the movie and I went, man, a whole episode on Popcorn.
Is it?
is it worthy of
It's a
an entire
tall order
episode? Yeah.
there. It's I mean, we can talk about Dee Wallace forever, but
Yeah, but even
yeah,
she's barely in the movie.
I know,
So,
I
you know,
know, I know.
but
There's not a lot of substance to popcorn. It's not very filling, so to speak.
but I kept thinking on that whole thing of the nostalgia was the memory of the VHS cover. And I
Yep.
went, you know what? I have one of those.
Mhm.
I've talked about it many times, even on the show, that I have a movie. As a kid, I was terrified of the cover. Like, if I had to walk past it, if I was brave enough, I would turn it over so I couldn't see the front. And that was Slaughterhouse. I have no idea why that one scared me so much.
Great DVD cover or
Oh,
VHS
the
cover.
VHS cover is phenomenal. That is the biggest thing with both of these movies. Their covers to me are iconic.
Mhm.
Just in our little, ecosphere of
Yeah.
movies.
We kind of did this with Dolls. Was it last year
Yes.
we did that with Dolls? Because that was one that scared the hell out of me, much like Slaughterhouse for you.
Yeah.
That was one like, that's too scary. I don't want to see that. And it
we
turns out it was a hilarious. Love that
and I
movie.
think we talked about both of these when we did that many, many moons ago, where we did that VHS cover
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
video.
yeah, that was fun.
Hey, go back and check that out. We're on YouTube. You know,
We should post that one again. Yeah.
that one was actually a lot of fun. You know what, Pete? I think you're right. Maybe I'll talk to Anna, see if we can pull that and redo it like proper. Because that was a lot of fun. A lot of work we put into that one. So I was like, let's make this kind of about the movies, but also about those type of that specific nostalgia of movies that made an impact on you, whether you saw it or not.
Right.
And I thought it'd be interesting. So we're doing a double feature. We both picked, the movies that affected us. We're going to kick off with Popcorn. It's going to be Pete's movie. I do have a trailer. And then after that, we'll get into our histories. We haven't spoiled everything, so we can talk about it. And then we'll talk about the movie for a little bit. We're going to hit commercial. Then we'll do Slaughterhouse, and we'll rate both at the end of the episode, just so everyone kind of is on the same page as us. Pete and I, for some reason, just like doing double features. I don't think we did one last year, did we?
No, we didn't.
We did Death Race the year before when we double featured those.
Oh yeah, Death Race and Death Race. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I did. I think last year I did Conan and Conan on Good Beer.
You did. Yeah. So we didn't fit in a double feature here. So it's time. I like doing these every once in a while.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right, here we go. Trailer for Popcorn.
Before the horror of Halloween. Before the fear of Friday the 13th. Before the evil of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Before them all, there was... Now, 15 years later, he's back. Oh, yes.
There's something happening here that I've been looking for all of my life. There's smoke. Someone takes her hand. She's running. The same man comes towards her.
I'm in a dream.
I remember the whole thing.
Are you ready? Popcorn. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
That was great.
It's
Buy a
awesome.
bag, go home in a box. Oh, what a tag.
For those of you that aren't watching this in that trailer, because it starts off like this is before Freddy, this is before Jason, and you're like, this
You
came
doing
out in
the math. You're
91,
like, wait,
bitches.
what?
In the trailer, and he doesn't say it right, the marquee pops up, and it's the Possessor movie they're talking about in this movie. So Possessor pops up. I also think I read that Popcorn was one was supposed to be more prevalent of a through line in the movie. I don't know if maybe that was going to be what hallucinated people, but they eliminated it, but they loved the title so much they kept it. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I think it fits still by the end of it. You know, it's a theater movie experience. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it says Possessor. That's what predates Freddy and Jason and all that in this movie. So Pete, you're driving this one. So
I am.
How do you want to do this here?
Well, I want to start with some of the cast. Popcorn is it's a slasher. It's a meta slasher. Before Scream was, because it's a movie within a movie. So what has happened here is that a collegiate cinema club, who they make movies, they need to raise money for their club, so they throw a they throw a horror fest for the community. By the way, this was shot in Jamaica, which is why we get reggae music in the middle of the movie.
I'm so glad I read that, and I went, that makes way more, because these kids loved reggae.
They sure did. There was a short period of a reggae craze in the early 90s that I remember. I think UB40 was the big one, but people were listening to reggae, which was a little, I wouldn't say weird, but out of place for the late, at that time you had the hair bands that were just dominating the scene. And then every once in a while you get a band like UB40. So it made me laugh when I saw the band pop up later. I was like, oh, I remember this. It's like seeing somebody wear neon spandex at the beach. I'm like, oh, I remember those.
Ah, yes, that old chestnut.
So they put on this horror marathon. It's a 3-movie marathon, I guess, a tri-feature. And while they're digging up, or they hire a guy to help them set up this theater a la William Castle. So this is such an homage to William Castle. And if you don't know anything about William Castle, please check him out. He did things like The Tingler, House on Haunted Hill. He was a producer for Rosemary's Baby, by the way, was supposed to direct it till someone said, nope, sorry, we got to give it to Roman Polanski.
Not gonna say that was a bad decision.
No, it's very, very good decision. But he produced it. It's weird when you see his name pop up there. But William Castle was known as the gimmick king of Hollywood. He always had something going on in the theaters for his films. The Tingler, he literally had electric seats randomly spread around. House on Haunted Hill, there was a skeleton on a string that would swoop into the audience. There was one where you had to put these glasses on. Oh, it was 13 Ghosts. Like, so it was obscured. And if you were brave enough to put on the glasses, you could see the ghosts in the background or something.
It's the remake does that so well, where they incorporate the glasses for the characters to see.
Agreed.
Kind of throws back to the audience could see the ghosts.
Could see the ghosts, but if you were too scared, you didn't have to put them on. And that's
right.
That's what William Castle did. He was a showman. He was the P.T. Barnum of cinema back in those days. And this movie is directly referencing him, especially with the mosquito and the shocker. Was it,
dude? I think it's like Mosquito and Shocker, both eventually turn into movies of their own,
right? Yeah,
aren't attached to this movie whatsoever
at all.
And honestly, I'm watching this movie and I'm like, well, I want to watch that movie, then realize that these two clips specifically were made for this movie. Like, they filmed them during filming this movie, and I went, I wanted to see it. When they sucked the juices out of that one dude's head. Oh. I fucking loved that. Yeah. I was like, this is my stuff. I think the final one where they're talking about the swamp gas
is like smell-o-vision.
I think that's clips from an actual film or something like that.
Okay.
I think they only did the 2 because even the cast of those are credited on IMDb. I could be wrong, but not a lot of info on this one. Like,
weirdly, no, it was a low budget film. It had a theatrical release. It didn't do very well, but it did very well in the VHS era once it hit that, because it's got that iconic
I
poster.
we have to talk about that
Mhm.
because number one, nowhere in this movie does this VHS cover poster
Nope.
happen unless you want to extrapolate Toby's face
That's what
being
this
the
is.
removing the
Mhm.
mask is. It also made me think it was last night. I was like, I remember this cover and it terrified me. When did I quit being scared of skeletons? Because now, not even a blip on fear inducing. Any
Hmm.
skeleton, nothing. As a kid, hell yeah, obviously. Cartoons that incorporated skeletons dancing, and I think there's a Walt Disney thing with the
Yeah,
dancing
very famous where
skeletons.
they're in a line
Yeah, taking their
dancing.
heads off
Mhm.
and stuff like that. This particular cover, skeleton, Evil Dead having a skeleton-ish kind of face to it. Like, there was a point in my life, skeletons were terrifying.
Poltergeist, when he rips his face off and there's a
Right.
skeleton.
There's a
Ah!
skeleton.
Ah!
When did that now it's now to me just more of a novelty. Oh, it's a skeleton. It's Halloween. That it's a decoration. It does not even move the needle on Charlie
Yeah, don't know.
anymore.
I'm sure there's a switch from your childhood to your adolescence where it's just it's fun anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe you just get numb to it, like so many zombie movies anymore, where it's just, oh, it's more zombies ripping people's arms off.
I
It's
mean,
just,
that's fair, but I mean, it's kind of like I can still go back and watch those zombie movies and be like, okay, I get it. Going back now, it's like, I mean, the second I say skeletons, I'm immediately taken to like Ray Harryhausen
mm,
type movies or, Army of Darkness, which is an homage to Ray Harryhausen. And to me, they just bring good memories.
that could be it right there. Army of Darkness, where as those skeletons are gory as heck, like
Yeah.
they are gross, but they're also comedic. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing really scary about them. They're more the Three Stooges of skeletal beings,
That
right?
might be the moment. That
Yeah,
might be
that
the
might be the
actual
moment.
catalyst of I'm not scared of skeletons anymore. And they're not prevalent as much in movies anymore. Like they're not weighing on scary skeletons hiding in the closet or, opening up a grave and a skeleton pops up. I mean, you might see it once in a while, but it's more for the jump
It's a jump scare rather than
than the actual
a dread.
skeleton
Yeah.
being scary. But I just it was something about that. There was another movie that was always nearby, and I know it was always next to Slaughterhouse,
Mm.
but it was always relatively close to Popcorn, and that was Slaughter High. And it
Yes, with the
was the
skeleton and the apple and the
yeah, and it was
graduation cap.
yellow, like it wasn't a regular color. But that cover also had very intense, feelings. I have watched that movie too.
That movie's a hoot.
It's a lot of fun.
That's a
It's
good movie.
I find myself where I like really enjoy this late 80s, early 90s, like let's just get weird
They're so charming
horror.
and weird
They
and
are.
creative. They're trying their damnedest to come up with the next franchise, or not. I don't know. I
Or
don't think
not.
Slaughterhouse was set up for a sequel, but Popcorn wasn't.
Popcorn wasn't, but I'm going to tell you now, I kind of dig Toby.
I like Toby a lot.
That's a really cool villain that obviously has been morphed in other movies. He kind of reminds me of the I forget what the guy was called, but in Nightbreed where he had
Mm.
the leather mask on and it was,
Mhm.
very
That was the
tight.
human, right?
Yeah,
That was the
that was
husband or whatever.
the doctor. The doctor,
The doctor,
that
thank
was
you. Yes.
convincing what's his face, not Angel, that
Mhm.
he was committing these murders.
Cronenberg, wasn't that Daddy Cronenberg?
Yes, Daddy Cronenberg. That was him.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Cronenberg. But I can see, and it's very Hellraiser-ish in the look of it. But it
Nightbreed
was
is.
Well, I'm talking about Toby.
Oh, Toby, yeah, because he's got like staples or something holding his jaw together
It's
or
yeah, it was
something.
almost like ligament rubber bands, so his mouth would because he's a
Just-
burn victim.
Yeah,
Um, but I loved his face changing gag at the end of the movie.
that was so smart by the director because
Oh my
Toby
God,
is borrowing people's faces,
Mhm.
including his own. He has to make. He said, "What did he say? Like takes me 2 hours every morning to put on this face just right." So
Yeah.
when you see him earlier on in the film, he's just normal looking dude. Later
He's
on
just
in the
Toby.
film, he takes his rubber mask off or whatever, and he's definitely he's scarred beyond recognition. It's wonderful. Thankfully, he's got that voice where it's unmistakable. It's definitely
It is. It's
Tom Villa or something.
Tom Villard.
Villard. That's, yeah.
I know him from Point Break because
Mhm.
he was shit, I can't even remember his
Y'all know
name.
Tom Villard, I promise. I think he was in,
Jackie
Yep.
watched. She goes, "Oh, it's that guy," and I was like,
Yep.
"What
He's
do
a
you
that
know
guy.
him from?" And I listed all the stuff, and she goes, "I think I knew him from My Girl,"
Yep.
and then a couple of standing ins. I knew him from Heartbreak Ridge, and then obviously I've seen Popcorn, but he has that face, he has that voice.
Yeah.
You mentioned this earlier. We're not going to talk through the movie.
We never do.
No, but I meant I want to hit the high points. We got 2 movies to talk about. And I
Right.
want to talk about really what was interesting about this. You brought it up, and I'm watching this movie going, Wes Craven watched this movie. Wes Craven liked this movie, and there's a lot of fucking scream
Sure is.
taken from this. Part 1 and 2. And it was kind of like, oh shit. Like that's really like along the storylines of Scream. Like
It's
you
self-referential without breaking the fourth wall.
it doesn't like, and it's very the villain this is such a Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
This is perfect Scooby-Doo, especially at the end. Please continue.
No, yeah, the end is dead on Scooby-Doo.
Oh my god.
Without them playing the raggy like that. They never reference it as Scooby-Doo, but we are with the villain the entire movie. We are giving a swerve of a ghost of a villain who did this heinous act, murdered people live on stage because he was a failed indie director, but a cult leader basically.
Mhm.
And we as an audience have we're sold that it's a ghost during this movie. You're like, oh yeah, this guy has come back. He's trying to get this
Yes.
girl.
They sell it well that you're like, oh, this guy has survived this fire that he was in originally, and now he's back. Yep.
And we don't know how it ties to our main girl, but she's
Mhm.
having these dreams, which that's where it gets a little loosey goosey, but they do explain it later. So you're full on in, like, holy shit, this is happening. Then it gets to this big reveal of it's not this guy, it's Toby, who's the same age as her, but it turns out his family was part of this movie cult,
Mhm.
was in the theater when it burned, like we find out she actually was.
Right.
Her mom dies. Dee Wallace is her aunt who shot
The baddie.
the baddie
Yeah.
and caused the fire, rescued her, but the Toby is stuck in the fire and his mom dies in the fire. He gets tragically burnt and he holds a grudge against this girl while going to school with her.
They went to the same college somehow.
Went to the same college.
Maybe he stalked her and
Yeah.
whatever.
And the way he talks about, I've had to hide my face forever. That means he's had to age his own makeup
Yeah.
as he's gotten older. He's been through, I'm sure there was probably bouts where he wasn't in school. And we find out he is just literally fucking insane. And he blames her for surviving. And he is going to finish the movie that the cult leader didn't get to do. And she's like the grand finale. And I'm sitting there going, that's every bit of Scream.
Mhm.
That's your dad is the reason my mom's dead and I'm going to kill you. And I've been dating you and fucking you and all this other trying to fuck you. And then it goes into Scream 2 where it's like, well, it infected me with the one girl, the sister from Roseanne now has this big tie in where they're like, and then the one guy's just a giant film buff, but he's the psycho. So he's kind of, it's Timothy Oliphant in the second one.
Yes.
So he's kind of like the Toby in this, but also Toby's also, is it Jamie Kennedy is the nerd, the film nerd in the Scream franchise, where he tells the rules. I want to say it's Jamie Kennedy.
Sure.
I think it's him, because after that is when he fell off.
Anna's going to kill us here.
She will. But she's also going to be like, if you haven't seen Popcorn, you might want to see some proto
You really should see Popcorn if
Scream.
you haven't. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's all I could think about last night. I was like, this is an early version of Scream. And for low budget and for a lot of laughable bad acting and stuff like that in the movie, it's still actually kind of good. It's still actually, oh God, even the blonde girl looks like Drew Barrymore. Holy shit, dude. This is Scream. This is Scream. But yeah, I am fascinated, but we were talking about the makeup effects. If nothing else, this movie needs to be remembered for the face transformations and how simple they pulled it off. He goes into this monologue talking to
at the end,
the girl.
He's got her all tied up and stuff.
He's got her all tied up, and he starts putting on everyone's faces, explaining what's going on. But you have to realize they then took each actor or actress and did the burn makeup around their face. So they transformed into Toby wearing a mask in every, and I'm talking like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah. So you can see the burn part of Toby in the back.
Yes.
Right. And then he hasn't quite put on the full mask yet. So there's this large skin tag,
floppy,
sun shining around these faces of the actual actor or actress.
Yeah.
And,
so
and he's got an electronic voice modulator, and so it sounds like
Scream.
Right? Yes. Yep. Yeah. It's all adding up, man. And they will pull. This makeup is so good. Like they can pull and stretch this mask around it, and every time they change it, they do this pull and then duck, as
peel,
be pulling off the face and then putting on another one. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. And then the one I love is when he's mid transformation into his alter ego Toby, and he's talking to her. The ears and everything are like, he looks like this is for my generation. If you remember Drop Dead Fred, when he got ran over and his face was really fucking giant, and he's like, this is, the ears are flopping. He's literally moving his head specifically to make the makeup move around, but he's monologuing the whole time. And you're just like, this is great. Like, it's there's a moment when he's disguised as a teacher and he kisses the student that's been getting extra credit, but the makeup fixed to her face, and you're not 100% sure it's very Society in this moment, but it's peeling off of him. It's stuck to her.
Oh,
and then he pulls away and it's like dangling and looks almost like an alien. And you're just like, this is like, you could have told me Tom Savini done this and I'd believe you. That's how good it was. And it's really the crescendo of this movie, because the lead up of this movie is like we were talking about, the castle type movies where they're doing a shtick. You know, they have a giant mosquito that drops from the rafters during this.
It's a good looking mosquito too.
I love it.
That thing looks great.
But yeah, I absolutely love that they went like this, like 1950s monster movie, nuclear power.
Yes.
Reason why the creatures are growing in immaculate size. Little rockets firing out of the front of the airplane and not doing anything to the mosquito. So straight out.
It's perfect.
Stuff like that.
The giant mantis, the green
giant
hell,
ants,
tarantula, all that, the nuclear scare. I mean, hell, you could even say Godzilla to a certain degree.
It honestly, watching that made me go, I really need to just sit down and watch those old movies again. Like, I think I'm in that
Oh,
mood now
you're doing yourself a favor.
because I love
All those
those
Bird Eye
old,
Garden. Yeah,
yes,
just sit back for a Bird Eye marathon, man.
and
And they're
just
short.
enjoy it.
They're like
They are.
they're like 80 minutes long. Much like
They're
this movie was only like 93 minutes.
both of
90
our movies
Perfect.
perfectly done.
Mhm.
Perfectly done. But speaking of the mosquito, then it's used as how the teacher dies, which is awesome because basically the killer remote controls it
Yeah,
away from the
he
guy
hijacks
and
the RC controller.
RC controller, and the audience is oblivious because it's part of the act. It's
Yeah.
part of what's going on, and it stabs the teacher, and it's like, it's great. It's awesome. And it comes back later. I was like, part of me is like, I love that the mosquito come back. The other part of me is like, are we going to double gag? We're literally double gagging in this
Chekhov's
movie.
mosquito is what it is.
I guess. Yeah. But no,
the teacher, by the way, the teacher, I looked him up. I thought it was Mike Brady from Slugs. Slugs?
He looked familiar to me too, but it wasn't him.
It wasn't, but I was like, oh my God, it's Mike Brady.
The one girl, the girl that was added there because we needed a little ethnicity in the movie. She was in one of the Freddy movies.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was 4. It wasn't Dream
I think
Warriors.
it's 4. It was Dream Child. It might have been 5.
I remember her from Summer School. That was another regular rental from me. Mark Harmon.
Yep, I remember that one.
A couple others that you should probably know.
I was so earlier you were talking.
Eloise was in that one, I think.
It may have looked like I wasn't paying attention, but I was actually looking something up that we were talking about because we were talking about where the other franchises were about this point. And I looked it up. By 88, so this movie came out in 91, but Slaughterhouse was 87. In 88, we're at part 4 of Freddy.
Oof. Okay.
In Jason, we're at Manhattan in 89.
Is that 7?
8.
8?
7's the psychic. So,
yes.
Yeah. And then Myers, we're at 5. We're at Revenge. We are literally in the next
we're back.
Storyline.
Yeah, we're literally into the
we're in the cult of Thorns.
Meyerverse.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, like those, and I mean they were pumping those movies out crazy. But that's why we had to get these kind of movies now just to fill that horror void.
And horror is that cheap. It's that cheap genre. It's you make them slapdash, put a cool poster on, and the kids come to the drive-throughs. And the drive-throughs were still around back then to a degree.
I think the issue with this movie, one not doing well, is it's a little late in its timing. This particular movie, had this been done in the 80s, this would have been a drive-in hit. People would have went to the drive-in and watched popcorn over and over and over again. Now you're competing against, I know it's different years, but just in context, you're competing against Batman, Ninja Turtles, Terminator 2.
Directly wasn't Bat. Oh, that was 89.
Batman, but I'm just saying in this.
No, I agreed.
Era, this is the type of movies you're now competing about. Even in 91, there's plenty that's coming out.
No,
so
the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, last Indiana Jones. Like movies like this, popcorn is going to get lost. But had this been able to go into those, seedier areas to be playing
the Grindhouse movies,
the Grindhouse type things, this movie would have went gangbusters earlier in the 80s, even late 70s, because it has that feel. Now, this movie is an homage to those. So there's a point that is exactly kind of why it feels that way. Mm-hmm. And thankfully it did good rental wise. Like it's basically, it's got I would dare say it's probably got its cult status, even though I don't hear people talk about it. Like I'll be interested whenever we release this, getting in the Discord, hearing from other people, like who remembers this movie or who actually has seen it. Because like you said, and I said, we only watched it a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I think I literally was bored and I went on this thing of I saw the poster on Tubi and when I remember that, I want to watch it. I need to know. And I think I literally watched Slaughter High after that. I watched there's another one that's in that same vein. The Killer Wears a Jester Mask.
Ooh.
And it was like a reunion at an old mansion of these kids, and the killer was the kid that got picked on throughout the whole time. It's every horror movie. I don't know, but there was like this. I think I watched Train of Terror around the same time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which was an early Jamie Lee Curtis,
David Copperfield.
Yeah, that was wild to see.
Wild.
But there was these line of movies that were never huge, but I remember watching them going, these are fun. These are a lot of fun.
And they're very little investment in time. And that's what makes them so you can watch 2 movies. You can probably watch 3 of these movies in the time that you would watch The Odyssey.
I watched, so last night we did these. So in total, you're looking at about 3 hours. We did Lee Cronin's The Mummy in 2.5 hours. One movie. And so
way fun, but
yeah, way fun. But
I want to watch 2 movies instead of just 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. And, I enjoyed The Mummy. Charlie watched a new movie.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun listening to Jackie and Chloe go, ooh,
yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
It's
I'm like,
gross.
that was the best part. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Give it to me. I love it. And, watching this, I got more reactions out of both of them for Slaughterhouse, but Popcorn, I felt like they were at least watching it, like they got somewhat invested. It does take a minute. So I will say on the negatives, it is it's definitely an independent level, like as far as the acting goes from a lot of our cast, the teenagers, quote mark, they're a little over acting in some scenes, and
it's fine.
It's fine.
ADR is real bad.
The ADR is bad. YouTube, I don't know if you watched it. There was almost like a stutter effect on it. I don't know if it was the
That's where I watched it on YouTube. I did watch the
YouTube I can
YouTube
find it.
AI closed captions. Pretty damn funny.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. It has no idea what words are.
Even Jody was like, "What's wrong with the closed caption?" I think it's YouTube AI. Don't worry about it.
100% AI. And they redacted the cuss words.
They sure did.
I pointed that out to Jackie going, really? You can say it, but we can't read it. So,
my eyes.
There's some deaf person going, what'd they say? I had fun. I had fun with that, but yeah, the movie's really, really well done. Like hands down, had fun with it. Surprisingly tight storyline that I was not expecting. And it kind of, it's a full wraparound. Like the movie ends.
It's well written.
Perfect.
I mean, it's a good story. It's got 3 acts. And it all gets wrapped up in the end as the heroes survive.
I did have to laugh, and I had to remember, it's 91. Gotta have our hero. Mm-hmm. Gotta have our, Johnny come save the day guy who you don't know if you like or not, but he does come in and
he's a turd. He's guy's a turd. Slimy piece of shit is what he is.
I kind of like it works to the movie's advantage because it's a flip. We don't really like this guy, but about 2/3 of the way through the movie, we really like Toby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Toby ends up being the villain, and the guy that's kind of slimy ends up being our hero. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It kind of is. Like, all right, I can see that. It works. Also, the end of Popcorn is damn near the same theatrical moment at the end of Scream 2. Where they're
running out of the theater.
Well, they're doing the whenever he's doing the finale where she's trapped in the dress.
Oh, right.
And then you get to that end where they're I forget the movie they're doing. It's a Shakespeare movie at Scream 2, but they're using the set, they're using everything around. And I do believe Nev Campbell's like trapped or something and can't move, and she's in costume. And you have what's her face with the gun. And God damn it, Wes Craven, what did you? I'm on to you now. I am on to you, sir. There is some Scream 1 and Scream 2. There should be a thanks to Popcorn at the end of those credits.
There's no way you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah. And I now need you to watch Popcorn. I need our Scream Queen to weigh in on what she thinks on this, because I'm like, yep. Not in a bad way. Pete and I were talking off when we weren't recording that we're not saying like Wes Craven ripped it off or anything. Wes Craven saw some ideas, obviously, and went, I can build on this. I can make, my own version.
His own and make it better. Scream is clearly a better film than this is, but the similarities are striking.
I don't know about how much, honestly. During our talk, I'm enjoying Popcorn more and more. You know what I mean?
Charming. It's got that 90s charm, that early 90s charm.
It does.
To it, and it just makes me smile, and it's not mean at all. It's just where Scream is a little mean here and there. I mean,
it gets a little brutal, but it still likes to have fun.
Yep.
And that's what this movie liked to have fun too. All right, we'll continue the talk whenever we get to our ratings. So right now I want to hit the commercial.
Yep.
And then we will roll into our second feature, Slaughterhouse.
Are you looking for a movie podcast with deep dives, interviews, and thoughtful film analysis?
We ain't got none of that. What do we got?
You want to hold the bucket?
Right, I'll hold the bucket, sit in the
I'll
cuff
just be
chair.
down there with I will never blink. I'll just be there holding the bucket.
I will never blink on her drapes, most likely. You look like a drape jizzer. R.I.P. that sweet, sweet pussy. It is known that Jessica Tandy had the sweetest pussy in Hollywood.
If you don't know, Google it. Don't Google Jessica Tandy's pussy, you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Doom Generation. Available anywhere you find podcasts.
Welcome to Manic Movie Monday, where one person's trash is another person's treasure. Here we celebrate the trash, the treasure, and everything in between.
You know, when women get stressed, we take a bath.
There's a lot to unpack with this movie.
Spoiler alert, prison is not like reform schoolgirls, and I really wish somebody would have told me.
We're catfishing serial killers.
We're just trying on clothes without tags and seeing what fits. Everyone is wearing mail order lingerie.
So join us every other Monday and stay manic.
Okay, Charlie is going to take over for Slaughterhouse.
Yep.
Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse. Place where anything that lives is destined to die. Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse, rated R.
And I do intensely remember this VHS cover, but it was never in the family-friendly VHS. This is the one, I've talked about it before. There was somebody set up a VHS rental in the middle of the country in their garage. They made their own table and counter and all this stuff, and they had, boy, that's where you went to go see some real questionable movies. This is where you could get Faces of Death, and this is where you and not just the nightmares. I mean, those were the easy ones. This one had the real rough, some of the real rough horror movies, and this was definitely on that shelf. I remember seeing it and just looking at it right now. It's still a creepy, scary. If only this axe that he's holding had a little drip of blood coming off of it, that'd be. But this movie almost felt like it was made for TV. It was so tame. Like, there are a couple of scenes that are great.
It does pick up. I think you and I both read the same review where someone's bitching that there's no boobs, no blood. and it kind of throws you off immediately going, what? Speaking of which, neither of these movies have any nudity in them.
Nope.
For being
Very
late
little,
80s,
very
early
little
90s.
swearing, very little gore, and
very little gore. But we'll talk about the Slaughterhouse because there's some stuff we gotta bring up.
Caution,
but
warning.
I like where you started with this. So, popcorn. I remember seeing in the rental store we went to all the time in the town I lived in, and they kept the horror section kind of off of the main traffic area.
Oh, okay, sure.
So you didn't have to walk past it. Now the downside was, horror and sci-fi were almost always next to each other.
Yeah, that's not smart.
And as a kid, I like sci-fi, and I had to go horror adjacent. And that's where I would see popcorn.
I want to rent Star Wars. Hey, there's Texas Chainsaw. What?
Yeah. Well, also, I vividly remember my rental store, Swamp Thing was in the horror section. Like, I'm like,
it's a monster, I guess.
It is. I kind of get it, but I remember looking. Now, I wasn't allowed to rent that one. That one had nudity and stuff like that in it, you know.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it?
Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah.
But I remember because I knew who Swamp Thing was, and I was like, oh, there's a movie. I can't watch it. But I'm also like, you know, you're in the S's, so you're at the end of the horror. And as a kid, it's that I want to look, but I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna look anyway. And you're like, oh God. Slaughterhouse was in, there were several small rental stores where I grew up. The one I remember the most, aside from our local one, was the one that was next to my uncle's pharmacy. And my mom worked for my uncle for a long time.
Oh.
So when you got sick, quotation marks, at school, mom would have to come pick you up and would take you back to the pharmacy because she still got to work. And you'd be in the back, play video, you know, play games on the computer, stay out of the way. Well, in about an hour or so, when you miraculously felt better, you'd convince mom to give you a few dollars because the rental store had an arcade and a little ice cream cooler that you could go get an ice cream.
How wonderful.
Yeah, it was awesome. I miss it.
That's a good business model.
So much. And I would be like, oh, Mom, I'm feeling a little bit better. Can I go get some ice cream?
Aww.
And, you know, she'd give me like $2 or $3, and it was usually enough to get the ice cream and end up with some quarters so I could play video games. But this one, the checkout was at the back of the store. When you checked out, you walked through the whole store. Horror was on the right-hand side, right as you walked up to the cash register. So it was front and center. And that's where I would see Slaughterhouse. And it terrified the shit out of me. I would walk sideways, so I was looking at the other wall. So Slaughterhouse is behind me. But as a kid mentality, oh, now it's behind me and I can't keep an eye on it. Or if I was like looking at movies and I would get brave and look at the horror movies, I'd see Slaughterhouse and I'd flip it over real fast. I can't see the cover. That dude standing in the doorway, the coloring is perfect. The lighting is perfect. It's painted or drawn. Yes. It's not like a still from the movie. It's well done. Both of these movies, the reason we're talking about them, scared the shit out of me. But I also remember in the same exact rental store, like on the horror wall back behind it, up above was a poster of Critters. You know, so they had that iconic Critters just standing there, you know, the first one. So there's a lot of shit that as a kid you're drawn to and revolted by at the same time. And you're just like, oh God. There was another movie that it was an apple, but the apple was the face of a skull. And I can't remember which one that is.
Oh, wow.
But I have a vivid memory. And I don't think it's I don't think Slaughter High he's holding an apple.
He's holding an apple, but it's got like
it's a fuse coming out of it. A fuse. But there was another one that was like apple and skull. Like the skull's coming out of it. It does. Again, vivid memory of the thing. This is why it was so effective. This is the problem with streaming. This is the problem with new movies. Your posters fucking suck. if you can convince me to watch a movie strictly based on the cover, you win. Even if the movie's shit, you won.
Right. Canon famously made posters before they made the movie.
Yeah.
Famously. That's how they sold their movies, was they made a cool poster and they get investors.
And like we said, this opened up an opportunity for me to finally, the core of this episode was, were these movies worthy of the fear they induced in me? I mean, that's kind of how I wanted to approach it.
I bet as children, had we been forced to sit down and watch these, I'm pretty sure I would be wetting my pants.
They would have terrified us.
Yeah.
If I was the age I was scared of the cover, the movies would have terrified me. And they would have been, that means they worked and they win. As a 46-year-old guy that's seen a lot of fucked up shit, yeah, these are comedies with some horror elements.
Oh my God, this is definitely a comedy.
This
the music in it alone is just.
This one's even labeled half comedy because they're really playing up. This is the best description of Slaughterhouse is it's a knockoff Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's 100% meat packing, a mentally, let's see.
He's a little light in the head, I think, is what he's described as in the movie.
This is the best way I can do this. And if you're going to be offended by what I say, listen to what the reason I'm going to give you. If there is a depiction of mental retardation, it's Buddy in this. He is held back mentally from everything. That is what retardation is. And it's depicted well. He's damn near animalistic in this and very childlike. So this is kind of the poster child of what that is. This ain't, Leonardo DiCaprio and What's Eating Gilbert Grape. This is very Leatherface,
Yes.
not understanding what's going on around him. So when I say that, I think it's the truest version. And when I say it, you're going to be like, oh, I get it. I know what you're talking about. So not to offend anyone, but that's
trying
the only
to be scientific rather than disparaging.
Exactly. That is the best way to describe this character. To the benefit, I love the guy playing this character.
Oh, he sells it.
And then I read and I went, I fucking get it. Because he embodies the character they're trying to portray, but his size lets him down. The cover of this movie, he's 8 foot fucking tall.
Yeah. Yep.
In life, he's 5'9".
Very average.
And they try so hard to make him appear bigger. But the problem is they don't do it consistently.
No, they're not. I mean, he's a big chunk of a man. I mean, he's got broad shoulders and big arms and a belly. So he's a large dude as it is.
He's a big dude.
They do such a good job of shooting a camera up to make him look taller, or even if he's standing next to somebody, he's on a crate or something.
He does a Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, where Arnold had to stand on the box to appear taller than her. That's very much what they're doing. But then they don't keep him scaled in the movie. So you'll see him doing something. You're like, that's a little motherfucker. And the problem is the little guy works too, because it's pig centric and he makes pig noises. He looks like a human pig.
Yeah.
And it's like the cover sells you on a giant. The movie gives you a really cool villain as a pig dude, and you're like, it doesn't match, but the cover got me to rent the movie anyway. The cover made me want to watch this, but it's two different characters. What I had in my head for 30 plus years is not what I watched last night. I'm sitting there going, yep, does not. Looking at it now, Pete nailed it. As a kid, this would have terrified me.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, it's like I have given this movie so much of my brain being scared of this movie that I watch it now going, really? What's wrong with me? Like, this guy, I get to hug this dude. Like, really?
Right.
Like, I feel like I gotta hang out with Buddy Bacon God
Buddy
damn it! I
Bacon.
love the 80s.
What a name. So since this was at the other rental place, I never saw it as a child. I don't ever remember seeing this as a kid, so I don't have that fear-inducing shot of this in my brain. I do remember it in the other place, and as a teenager, because I had to drive there, I was at least 16. It was just one of those that didn't call to me, so I never got around to renting it. But I'm glad I saw it. It was, it reminds me a lot of Motel Hell. So it's somewhere in between. Like if you squish Texas Chainsaw and Motel Hell together, that's kind of Slaughterhouse is kind of the result.
This one somehow is even more low budget than Popcorn, and Popcorn was very low budget. So that
Popcorn had great effects, though. I mean, you call it low budget, and it certainly was. They filmed in Jamaica.
I'm literally talking the money.
Right.
This is definitely
right. And there's just not a lot going on in this. All location shooting, not hardly any gore. The costumes are just what you got in the closet. So yeah, this is a super cheap, and the film is not quality. I doubt it's 35 millimeter. It's probably 16 millimeter.
It was actually pretty clear on Tubi, so whatever up conversions they've done, it still looked good.
I think it got a Blu-ray release.
I think it does have, I do think it does.
This movie got 4K, but
this movie got a sequel, Pete. Okay.
We saw that, but I
haven't
didn't
watched
see it.
I haven't watched it either. I'm gonna. But and I love that IMDb goes, a sequel was planned but never done, and I went, well, you need to update.
It's right here.
In 2024, someone went, we need to continue the story of Buddy, and at the end of the movie, you understand why. But no, so Pete messaged me after we made this idea, and he starts watching it, and he goes, we got to rethink this. And I went, Pete, I don't care how bad it is. That's the whole point. I want this movie to be bad or good and be shocking. And he's like, no, you need to watch the first 15 minutes. And I went, what the fuck can you figure out in 15 minutes? So I did. I turned it on a couple weeks ago for 15 minutes. And I'm watching it. You see the first kill, and you're like, I'm like, okay, it's great. I love this. This is awesome. What the fuck's wrong with you? I get to what Pete's talking about. In order to, I guess, really ensure they got an R rating and really drive home that it's a movie called Slaughterhouse, we watch video of a slaughterhouse.
We sure do.
Pig slaughterhouse.
And it is real. It's all happening.
I will say this. Number one, doesn't bother me. I've watched stuff. I've made the joke. I don't know if I've done it on the show. My best friend in Ohio, they were foster parents, and they were fostering a teenage girl. And I was up visiting one day, and we had brought home McDonald's, and she was at that age of trying to find her thing to get behind, her
protest,
her protest. Yes.
Her
and I'm eating chicken nuggets, and she's like, how can you eat that? And I went, because they're delicious. And she pulls up the YouTube video of how chicken nuggets are made.
Yeah. It's gross. Don't do it. Don't do that.
I'm watching that video, laughing my ass off, eating chicken nuggets as fast as I could. And she is disgusted by it. And just literally just like could not believe. And then it was like a few days later, we went up to, there's a deli off of North High? Not North High. Anyway, not far from where you live. There was this big deli, might have been Olentangy River Road. And they had a butcher out front, and there was a giant fucking pig's head laying on the front table right when we walk out.
Well,
she is losing. It was on the right hand side. It's a fairly good size. They have a really good wine and beer area, cooler. And it's perpendicular to 71 north and south.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's on the side
where High Street or something.
I think it's Olentangy because you would turn to go on Cook, like going to Laughing Ogre. And I do believe it's the same road. If I stay on yours, I get to your house.
Okay. All right.
But it was down there towards Cook Road and
Okay.
all those. I'll remember if I get up there.
That's
Anyway,
that's Indianola. Okay.
Indianola.
I know
There
where
you
you
go.
are. I know exactly where you are.
You know, but you know every road is like right there all
You're
around.
probably Wylands.
Wylands. That's it.
Mhm.
We're at Wylands.
That is one of the best meat shops in Columbus and one of the best beer and wine shops in town. Period.
It was huge.
Period.
It's huge. But yeah, they had a pig head out front not long after that. And I'm poking.
Yep,
I'm
they
making
slaughter their
fun.
own.
She's not having it. It was hilarious. So I didn't mind this. I will say this. There was one thing I wish they hadn't put into if you're going to use the slaughterhouse, they were clever enough to cut a lot of the shocking parts of it. Like the guy pulls out a knife, but then you don't see it, but then you see the aftermath. You see the pigs being processed. I could have done without the cattle prod scene.
Yep. That
I think that's the one.
That's what started. I'm like, oh, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see him suffer. Nope.
Had it just been the processing scene, doesn't bother me.
I'm on board with that, Charlie. I think I would have been okay with all of it except
it was that moment because I'm with you. Because Jackie's sitting there. We get through it. She goes, "They're really showing this, aren't they?" And I went,
That's exactly what I thought. It's like, oh God, this is real.
But I kind of said the same thing I said to you. I was like, it is called Slaughterhouse. So they didn't lie to you. And
as advertised.
And the processing plant is centric to the story. So it's not like they just did it out of shock value, but it's definitely a good reason for them to get the R rating. But look, it's nowhere near as bad. Like you've seen worse on educational.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. We're going to show you this video in school or how it's made. I'm pretty sure there was something maybe not as visual, but I'm sure Mr. Rogers showed some weird shit when you'd go on those factories. I don't know. I just have this thought, but and that's fine. That's the most, like moment of should we do this? But I had a point of why I wanted to do it. But at the end of it, I'm so glad I watched this movie. I was so happy I watched it all the way through. And not to show my cards fully, I think I like this movie a little bit more than it probably deserves. But I saw the charm in it. And that's a lot of it. And it feels so much like this is a perfect double feature. I would put this as a double feature with Friends. The kids are acting the same as in Popcorn, that little bit of overacting.
It's more this bad ADR at times.
Bad ADR. Everyone's trying to be like this certain character in the movie, but most of the kids are nameless in this movie. There's a decent plot line. This big meat packing company wants to buy Mr. Bacon's. The guys. How do you not become a slaughterhouse?
You have to. I mean,
I think it's like Walter Bacon. That was his name.
Less Bacon. Lester Bacon.
Less Bacon.
Now it'd be funny if he was a vegetarian.
That would have been hilarious. But
so less bacon as a
vegetarian. And the only reason I know the final girl's name is because Jackie laughed out. Her name was Lizzie Borden.
Yes. Yep.
And Jackie goes,
he says it 3 or 4 times at the last scene. Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
All you hear is Lizzie Borden.
I think they call her Liz the entire movie. And then at the end, I want to say they do say Officer Borden, her dad.
Sure do. Yep.
But you
don't
never
make that connection.
You don't put it together. And then he does it at the end saying it. And Jackie's like, is he saying Lizzie Borden? I went, yeah. But I'm used to horror movies using other names. How many ones have we done where there's a character named Wes Craven?
Right.
Or
Wes Carpenter.
Yeah, they use the last names with a different first name. Yeah. So it was just funny to see, but I'm also just sitting there going, I don't know who any of you people are. Like you're killing off characters, and I'm like, that was someone.
There's a bunch of kids. They're trying to make a movie or something, which is weird because Popcorn was about
a movie.
Right. So these guys are trying to make a movie. I think just for shits and giggles. Like they're
Liz is a student director.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were working on the opening scene they're working on a scene for the movie. Cop catches them, thinks they're in trouble. It's a good jump scare moment for most people. It's late at night. They're talking about, well, we don't have to go to school. It's a 4-day weekend. So it explains they're kind of maybe still in high school, maybe early college, whatever. But we do get 2 kids get left behind in the dark to make out, and Buddy hunts them down because they're fucking with his pigs.
Hey,
don't fuck with Buddy's pigs.
Was fucking with his pigs and like just leave the
slamming the shovel. Like that was more cruelty than anything in this movie. Scaring the shit out of them pigs. I'm on Buddy's side most of this movie. But so you get that really cool, kill at the beginning, and Jackie's like, that's really thin blood when it splatters on the window. I was like, she's on blood thinners, leave her alone. She's fine. I was like, it just tells you what you're in for. It's a lot of aftermath showing, not during, and it's fun.
It's a good opener too. It's not quite, what was that, House by the Cemetery, where we get this bitchin' opening.
The greatest opening for the worst movie ever.
Thankfully, this movie continues to be pretty good.
This movie, and it does pick up. I love Buddy's meat cleaver. It's one of those like really fucking long ones, but it has a ham hock leg for the handle. Yeah, and I love it. I was like,
something
okay.
straight out of anime. I mean, this thing is it's almost bigger than he is, and he's a large dude.
Yeah, it suits him. It suits his size. It works. But yeah, so we get this plot that there's a big mogul meat packer wants to buy the land that the old meat packer was on, but it's been shut down for a while because he got put out of business. It comes down to modernization versus by hand butchering. I did like that you find out that the mogul worked for
yes, he learned. He was like the Dave Thomas under Ray Kroc. He learned the business and started his own, and started. Never mind.
No, you're fine. No, I think it's a good correlation.
Isn't there a Dave Thomas in this movie? Isn't there a guy named Dave?
Yeah, there could be. I don't know. I know there's a lawyer, a sheriff, and the guy wanting to buy the property. They're like, they're the guys Les needs to get rid of because the county's about to foreclose on the property. So they're offering him money to buy the plant, but let him keep his home. Take the fucking deal.
You can't take my farm. I paid taxes for 30 years when I could.
I love the American dream. But you're also like,
take the deal. Take the deal. You're an old man.
Your option is the county's going to take it and you don't get to live there.
Right.
Or your competition that has already put you out of business
and has offered you a job as a consultant. Consultant's a pretty sweet gig.
And leave your house where it is so you can live there rent free. Like
the county, the county is not the bad guy here. I mean,
no,
they're doing everything to help this man out because I would imagine this, I mean, they have a pig fest later on in the movie. So the pig he was probably a huge employer back in the day. The county probably thrived because of these.
It's the economic of this area. They talk about it. Like you figure out that the new one is huge. And even Les talks about his back in the day, how they were the place to go get pork product. Yeah. And this town was built around pork. It's like towns built around harbors that live off fish.
Right.
Me, where I'm at, it's coal country. Yeah. You work with what you have.
The dairy. That's
dairy.
Where I grew up, lots of dairy. We have dairy queens up there. I mean, like dairy kings and queens.
Yeah.
Not just this ice cream store.
We don't. I don't know where he's going with that. But no,
off over here.
But it's very centric to the town and what's going on. But it lends itself to back into like the Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre. More along, I can't remember. It's not so much the first one; it's the next ones where they talk about the people are the meat type deal. Where I think it's the second one where he's making his chili or whatever it is, and he's using body parts. they don't go that far into this, but there is a pork festival. There is pig centric. I'm sure the mascot to the high school are the porkers.
Fighting sows or something.
Yeah, or the wild boars, or anything along those lines. So it works. And so Les gets mad at who he thought were his friends, and Buddy has kind of gone rogue and killed these two teenagers. Les finds them and
hangs them up in the cooler, I would assume.
It's kind of cool.
It's good.
And his dad walks in. He's like, "The fuck did you do, Buddy? These are," and I'm like, he's kind of shocked. He's like,
"Yeah,
this ain't what you're supposed to do."
Right. At first, I thought Dad was going to get killed at this point.
Yeah.
I thought Dad was going to go, "You can't do this. You can't kill people. This is wrong."
I didn't give you that meat cleaver to kill innocents. But and then it's that, I love this actor.
Mm-hmm.
It's the turn, but man, those cuts are nice. He's looking at these dead teenagers like, these aren't our target, but now you've given me an idea. Guess who our targets are? The sheriff, the lawyer, and the meat packing plant owner. They're the ones we need to get. And he tries to turn Buddy into a weapon. That Buddy still kills teenagers and other people. He kills the deputy, not Buddy's fault, because Buddy doesn't know the difference between a sheriff and a deputy. Because
somehow the deputy's clothes fit Buddy.
Did you see though that he cut it and it's like tied like a cape?
No, I missed around.
That. So he's got his arms in the sleeves, but he has cut it. It's fat guy in a little coat. But it's tied around his neck. My favorite part in the entire movie. We'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
I love when he kills the deputy, because this is kind of horror movie-esque. He cuts the deputy's hand off.
Oh, it's so good.
Holding the gun. And then he picks the hand up with the gun and starts going pew, 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 at the guy. Because it's Buddy. Probably doesn't use a gun. But he's holding
the hand by the wrist. And
not the gun.
Is still on the gun.
Yeah, it's great. And then the dad walks in and Buddy's proud. He's like, "Look,
I got him."
"No, Buddy, that's not him. It's not the sheriff." And Buddy reaches down and takes the star off of the deputy. He goes, "No, that's the deputy, not the sheriff." Buddy didn't know. Buddy's just doing what he's told.
Mm-hmm.
He killed the cop. But when Buddy is bored and doesn't have TV or internet, what's he do? He puts on the deputy's outfit, puts on those reflective fucking sunglasses, his hat, and gets in his car and joyrides as he looked like Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Oh my God.
The dad in Smokey and the Bandit. I forgot his name. But all those characters in one, and he's playing on the radio, making pig sounds. That's all he does. I'm losing it. I'm loving. I want this entire montage. It's so fucking funny. Runs into the girlfriend that the deputy's been fooling around with, and she thinks it's him, and they play
like,
back
you
and
pulled
forth.
Me over. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And then Buddy gets out. Buddy's not very terrifying when he's trying to get into the car until he gets the rock. He's like tapping the window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there going, do we not want to break the windshield? Maybe that's it. Maybe it was low budget. Then he grabs a giant fucking rock and smashes the windshield out. And I went, well, why not hit it hard? It must have been the only meat cleaver they had, because he does not hit stuff very hard.
Maybe it's not made very well.
There's another part in this movie that kind of lends to where I think it's the only one, and it's not made very well. And it caught me off guard when, fuck it, we'll talk about it now. When we're at the end and he's chasing Liz through the meat packing plant, she gets away and he swings that fucking meat cleaver down and hits a door. And you're like, did that thing just spark? What is that? And you're questioning what you saw. And then she finds her dad and her dad, she hides behind him. Buddy comes up the stairs and he fires at Buddy, but Buddy blocks it with the meat cleaver. It's animated sparks.
It sure is.
Off of the meat, and they're red. And I went, are you shitting me? They animated sparks. It's not even yellow or white. They're red.
Wondered where you're going with that, but yeah, that happened.
That's how flimsy this fucking thing was. That they didn't even want to try hitting it on something like some flint or faking it somehow with a car battery. Nope. Let's animate it. That'll be easier. What the fuck? I thought I was losing my mind for a second. Because he hit that door and I'm like, what did I see? That looked weird. Was that blood? What is that? Then he fucking Deadpool's it, blocking bullets. I mean, it's not that he does that. He holds it up and the cop fires. So it's just, it hits the machete. Whatever. It's fine. But it's animated spark. And I was just like, I love this movie even more. Like, I don't know why. This just makes me even happier. Them, like, capturing Liz, that's very horror movie-ish where they're like, kind of like tormenting her and Buddy's
they're on the way to torturing her for no
getting
good
ready to
reason.
Getting ready to skin the boyfriend and kind of starts. You hear the sound. I know it's low budget. I know what you're doing, but man, he cuts, pull fake intestine, like out of the kid's shirt. Would have been chef's kiss. I'd have been like, yes, there we go. She does like kick the dad, and he falls back on that pointed what the fuck ever hanging on the wall, that rack. And
yeah, that was I don't know a lot about slaughterhouses, but
giant rake. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you just throw meat up there and I don't know.
Is that how you get shredded pork? I don't know. This is a bad joke. I don't care. But
the trailer really leans into this is a comedy.
Yes.
With the music and the puns and all that. And the movie plays it straight for the most part. They're not winking at the camera. They're doing some ridiculous outside of like the processing plant with the Mickey Mouse music behind it.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of the times where they threw some comedic music over whatever was happening. Outside of that, no one's making any real jokes. It's not really fun.
No.
None of it's really funny. So if anything, they failed at making it the comedy that they wanted it to be.
Or they did the trailer after going, it's not very scary. Maybe we can sell it as
a comedy. Sure.
As a comedy.
Sure.
But because there are moments where it's so ridiculous you are laughing. But there's moments like Buddy's hiding in the background of conversations in the movie. Like he's hiding in the pig pen or he's standing in a window. And it's played very silly, very almost childlike, like a little kid hiding, listening in on stuff. He's playing in the pig pen with the pigs. It's actually a very sweet scene.
He was petting one like it's my sweet.
Other than the best thing they sell on Buddy is he is filthy.
He's got hay stuck in his hair, and you can just smell this guy,
dude. The one, like, I can handle all of this. And look, for everyone who's like filthy, dirty as a pig. Pigs are fairly clean. All right, they're a fairly clean animal. There's a scene in this movie that even I went, and it's when they have Liz captured and he's wearing the boyfriend's Halloween mask or whatever it was, and he's fucking with her, and dad's like, take that stupid fucking thing off, and he pulls the mask off, but then he starts shaking his head and shit's falling off of his face onto the actress's face, and I think she's actually reacting to it, and he just keeps and I'm just like, I don't know what that shit is, and I don't like it. Oh God, that was nasty. But I don't know. This movie could have been a very, very gritty, nasty
Oh yeah.
Texas
like a true
Chainsaw
grindhouse
Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw, yeah.
It could have done it. Could have also been a very funny comedy. I think Pete nailed it. It doesn't land either. It kind of, touches a little bit of left and right, but doesn't find its own footing.
I like what you said though. Also, like maybe they filmed the movie and went, well, this isn't all that scary. Let's try to turn it into a comedy. Because there are no jokes at all in this film. Like there's no even Scream has jokes in the movie.
All the way through.
All the
like
way
even
through,
even in the serious parts, they're cracking jokes. And I feel like that's part of it, because when you get to this end, the climax of it, now it's a horror movie. When
Definitely
the dad meat packer is chasing her and her father through, the Les stabs the sheriff out of nowhere. You're like, oh,
out of nowhere.
Oh shit. They fall out into the rain. There's
the
mud.
kids all hanging on meat hooks. Like there's 8 of them or whatever, 6 or 8 of them.
Yeah, he's doing the little pig.
Uh-huh.
Then, they fall out in the mud. She pulls her dad's gun, shoots Les, knocks him back. They're still trying to get away. Les is still alive, still chasing them, has a knife. They get in the car. She has to drive. Dad's still got a knife sticking out of his side. She doesn't know whether to pull it out or not, so she leaves it. Gets in the car. The keys are gone. They're on her dad. It's high tension. I will say this, the only negative is, once again, they're worried about hurting the car when Les is trying to beat on the glass.
Oh,
he's tapping.
He's got a knife. Just one stab should
and he's
spiderweb that thing.
And here's how you do this. You can work both ways. Either you go full, pardon the pun, full hog, and you let him beat the shit out of the car and give you terror that way, or change his approach where he's purposely tapping, like, gonna get little pig, let me in. Do something along those lines. But you play one way and don't sell it on the other. That's a failure. But she's able to get the car started. She takes off. Jackie's like, okay, she's get out of there, hit the gas. She spins that car 180. Les is right in front. And, I know what's getting ready to happen. Jackie's like, oh, I see. I'm like, oh, yeah, punch it. Floors it. Rams the dad. And for a movie without a lot of gore, camera cuts down to the dummy head under the tire. I would have loved a splat.
Wonderful.
But it does run over the head. And you're like, oh, whoa, that's awesome. She takes off going down the road. I'll get you to a hospital, Dad. The dad's kind of like breathing. You want to think like almost his last death. And I'm sitting there going, camera angle changed.
Sure did.
Camera angle's in the front windshield, not in the we're getting away angle, which would be from behind them. I went, Buddy's in the back seat. Nailed it. Buddy is in the back. But I love what they did.
Yeah.
Buddy can't swing the giant meat cleaver inside the car. He grabs the knife that's in the dad's back. He twists it and pulls on it and then pulls it out and gets it right in front of Liz's face. Boom, credits. Done. I was like, oh,
that is a grindhouse ending if I've ever seen one. That's one of those, like, what happens?
I honestly, like, I mean, I'm enjoying the movie up till now, but that happened and I went, oh, you pushed me over the edge right there. I really, really like that ending. Now here's the thing, and I mentioned this earlier and I mentioned it to Pete. I was looking to see if these movies had any connection, because they feel so similar yet different. But they both do something I don't see a whole lot in movies, and it struck me as odd. The end credits in Popcorn, they almost do like a lobby card picture of the actors and then their name, like a scene from the movie. They do the same fucking thing in Slaughterhouse. They pop up what looks like lobby cards of the actors and then puts their name up over kind of a silly, ish music. And I'm like, that's not normal. I don't see that in movies, even of this era. I'm like, was this the same editor? Was this the same director? Was this the same production studio? No. I think these movies fit for some weird fucking reason. And the double feature gods smiled on us, and we were able to do not your normal double feature that you would think of, but I recommend it, honestly. Rip Popcorn and Slaughterhouse. Watch them back to back.
Watch them back to back. It's not a big investment in time. It's under 3 hours for 2 movies. Grab a couple of beverages and a few friends and
get some friends. These are great group movies, I think, now that I've seen them. Great group movies. And even if you've got squeamish friends, they're like, I don't really like horror movies. They're so scary. It's like, no, these are fine.
These are fine.
These are fine.
As long as you like, okay, hold your eyes closed here at the very beginning of
Slaughter. I will say, that's one. If someone's a little squeamish, maybe skip that part. But it's worth it for the rest of the movie. I was a little worried that the movie was just going to be so shit that I was like, all right, this was a bad idea, but I had a reason. Yeah, no, I'm happily surprised.
I'm happy. They had good stories. They kept me entertained. I wasn't bored.
It's exactly what I wanted. So, all right, let's get into our things here. We're going to double team these.
I bet these are kind of low or similar, as a matter of fact. I bet they're within a body or two.
One's half of the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I will say this. I hate AI. I really do.
You and me both.
And I hate that Google has forced it on us when we Google shit now, that the first thing that pops up is AI. Although, kind of nice when I actually type something in, like, what did this particular movie's kill count be? And AI pulls it up without me having to search and actually lists the names. Thank you. If that's what AI can do to help search, I'm here for it. So Popcorn, we'll start with that one. 5 deaths in Popcorn. There's not a lot.
Nope.
It's, wheelchair kid, teacher, slutty girl, kid in the white wig, weird scientist looking thing.
Yeah.
And then Toby. Yeah. Not a lot. You see what perceived to be a lot because you're also watching the movie. So guy getting his head sucked by a mosquito.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count, but it should because it's fucking amazing.
It's really amazing. It's pretty.
Slaughterhouse, there are 10.
Huh.
You have
6 kids and 2 sheriffs.
2 sheriffs, the attorney, the owner of the slaughterhouse, and 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I think it's right. It's right at 10. Yeah. Because we don't know if Liz dies and Buddy doesn't die. We'll find out in the sequel that I will watch. I will watch it.
It's on Tubi, isn't it?
It is on Tubi. That's how I found out it was there. I went, what's that? 2024?
Same director, by the way.
I'm in. I am in.
40 years later or whatever.
After watching the first one, I'm in now.
Yep.
All right, let's pick our favorite kills out of both.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
You go first.
I'll go first. We'll start with Popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
I know we didn't count it in the kill count, but it's the mosquito sucking the juices out of the dude's head.
It's 100% true. That's mine because it was. The others are okay.
Shout out to the electrocution.
That was fun. There's a lot of animation in there, but that's how you do that.
Kid in a wheelchair and the tension they try to build.
Oh, it's great.
It's shocking the audience. I don't know if it's this light or this light when yours goes off. And he almost reaches. Number one, that's not how a switchboard works whatsoever. Really. When you plug the headset part into an audio jack, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Also, jumper cables on the outside insulated ends of the plugs, and then hooking it to the wheelchair handles. Also,
with rubber tires on it. Yeah.
Also, not how that works.
It's fine.
Hilarious, but not how that works. Hey, quit. Did those two actors not like each other? Because that, I don't know if it may still be the girl as Toby as the girl when he's tying the guy up, keeps popping his fucking ears, like clapping over his ears like 3 times.
Oh, I missed that. Oh,
that's unnecessary, ma'am or sir. Like that would hurt regardless of a fake movie. That would hurt. Even if you didn't cup the ears perfectly, you're still smacking their face. I'm like, that's mean.
Stop it.
But yeah, shout out to that. But no, it's the effect of sucking that dude's head.
The mosquito pops his nose through the roof of the car into the top of his head, and his
through a hat, which I love.
It just shrinks like a grape. Oh my god!
It's so fucking.
His eyes stay the same size, so they look like they keep getting bigger.
I love the shtick they put in their movies that they made for this was the love interest moments. I don't know. I don't have a husband. Is there a Mrs. whatever? And he goes, yes, she lives on. Yeah, she lives on such and such Mulberry Street.
Call her mom.
And then they immediately start making out. And then they do it again in the next movie. Like they're just all of a sudden like love interest between the two of them.
1950s. It's wonderful.
The dude that's electrified kissing the old girlfriend, and she sacrifices herself during the electrocution is so ham, but so good. Very it's like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I can't have her, I killed her, I must kill myself, and steps on the thing. It was like so fucking good. Okay, Slaughterhouse. Favorite kill in Slaughterhouse. Pete, I'll start with you. What was your favorite kill in Slaughterhouse?
The very first one. So this is the opening scene, and Buddy kills this boy at the very beginning. And it looks like what happened was Buddy had a paintbrush dipped in fake blood because this guy's face is clean.
Yeah.
And then you see Buddy swing. You don't quite see if it's an axe or whatever his cleaver was. But as soon as it hits his face, there's a splat of red as if he had just been cut. And it was shocking and wonderful. And I think this guy got hit with a paintbrush because that's kind of what it looks like.
It makes no sense that that's what the blood spatter would look like.
No. Oh, it was great. I was in like Flynn at that point, man. I was like, oh, if this is what we're getting, let's go. This is wonderful.
That's a good one.
How about you, man?
So when I saw this one, I was like, I wanted to see it happen, but I also love how they sold it. There's the giant screw going through the floor. Which pushes,
the auger? Yeah.
The auger that pushes the waste, the pieces. And they hold the meat packing plant guy over top of it. And then they make it like they're dropping him into it. And you just see him like shaking, and Buddy's like giggling and the old man's laughing, and they push him down, and they lay the camera on the ground. So all you see is him like falling down into this hole. And then the camera cuts, and it's just these chunks of fake body that are being pushed by the screws.
It's really good.
Nowhere near enough blood, nowhere near enough gore for it to be a human body. But I was like, I like the idea of what you tried to do here, and bravo for trying to sell it to me. I like it a lot. I did also like the attorney getting his head crushed, although it was another stretch of, I don't think Buddy's that strong.
Especially from above, like he picks him up by his head and then squishes his head like a grape.
Squishes his head, and it's very much hoses down Buddy's arms into his hands. So as he's massaging this guy's face, blood's pouring down. But I also give it show don't, or tell don't show, it cuts down to the drain and the feet. And the blood's pouring down the drain, the feet are jiggling and moving, and then they stop. If you're going to go low budget,
that's just good movie making.
It's effective. Both to me were effective on selling me on what's happening. The gore was lacking, unfortunately, though. So, but it is what it is. I had fun with that.
Oh,
let's rate these things.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
Beat New Year's first.
All right. I can't in good conscience say that either of these movies are a 10. But they're both strong recommends. It's a good Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening with some friends. Grab a pizza, some beers, have yourself a good old laugh. So they're 8s. These are strong recommends. They're 8, both of them. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I think Popcorn for sure is going to be a regular rotation. That's one you can put on the background and just have a good old time.
I feel that I want to look and see if there's a recent release of that.
Popcorn, by the way, reminded me of Matinee. If you've ever seen Matinee with John Goodman, that was also a William Castle homage.
He's very important this morning.
Apparently I didn't shut my alarm off from this weekend.
He's like, I need to be done with. I need to be done with Charlie alarm.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, tell Charlie to shut up.
But yeah, an 8 for both of these movies. Well worth your time. Easy to find. Go watch them.
Yeah.
How about you, bud?
I'm actually shocked. I'm surprised. Then again, I had no idea what to expect on these. I'm with you with Popcorn. Solid 8. Slaughterhouse. I got done watching it last night and I was like, well, it's not good. It's not bad. Now I've lived with it a little bit. I've thought about it. And we've talked about it. It's a solid 7.
Okay.
You see the heart that the filmmakers put into this. Like they really tried. Like they thought this was going to be bigger than it was. I'll have Anna grab this and we'll share it somewhere. And I shared it to Pete this morning. They went as far as to make a no smoking PSA for Slaughterhouse. It's the dad and buddy sitting in a pseudo theater looking thing about not smoking. And the dad lights up a cigar and Buddy's squealing and drops the machete and it cuts the cigar in half. And they do the please no smoking, this whole thing. And I'm like, Slaughterhouse got this? This is gold. And Pete loved it to death.
Oh, that's great.
For a movie that barely made it into theaters. It's just like
barely.
They had some hope for this franchise and it just did not quite take off. I fully expected to hate this movie. I fully expected to be terrified of this movie and then it absolutely suck. Now, does the movie live up to the terror it induced in me as a kid? No, not even close. But I do kind of I'm glad I didn't watch it as a kid because I think now I can appreciate the movie itself. And I can never remove what that VHS cover did to me. Like, even though I've seen it now, that cover still makes a statement and it will forever be in my brain. Same with Popcorn. They are great VHS covers. There's a lot of great VHS covers. Matter of fact, send us a message, put it in the chats on our Discord or Spotify. What's a VHS cover that stuck with you your entire childhood through adulthood? Doesn't have to be horror, but just one that when you see it, it invokes a feeling. Not so much like, I love that movie, but like, oh, I know that cover. I know that movie. So yeah, a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I mean, we don't get to do double features very often and we won't.
No, it's not something I wanted to make a habit out of.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay at the once a year, but it's been, a while. It's been 2 years at least. It's definitely not Feast. Thank God. But and I also love it
Talk
when
about trigger warning.
Yeah. But I'm also still I got the biggest takeaway was I got done watching these going, I can't believe how well they work together for being two completely separate movies on a whim, on just a, hey, what about this idea? Still kind of shocked by that. So it means it was meant to happen.
It was.
And all you Scream fans, I want your thoughts.
Yes, if you're a big Scream fan, please watch Popcorn and just once again, we're not saying Craven stole anything.
Nope.
Not at all, but he clearly took inspiration.
He was influenced.
From Popcorn. Mm-hmm.
He was influenced, and I'm curious on everybody else's takes on that. So yeah, a lot of fun. As Pete said at the beginning, we had an awesome time with Month of Horror. 24 total participants.
Month of Action.
Or Month of Action. Wow.
You are tired, sir. You need to go take a nap.
We have Month of Horror will be coming up, but it's nowhere near Month of Action levels. Basically, because everyone does horror.
Yeah.
So
it's
I don't
business as usual.
Yeah. We're gonna do extra horror movies that month because I know Dustin has a full list ready for it to go. But anyway, back Month of Action. It was a lot of fun. Huge shout out to Anna and Dustin and everyone for getting the content out there. And yep, by about the last week, Charlie was just going through the motions of 31 Days of Action like I do every year. I literally, the last night of recording this, it was 10:30 and I went, fuck, I didn't share anything. So I put one out and went, I don't give a shit, it's late. Get over it, and put a picture up. And I do believe I put day of 31 because I was just like, I just have to at least say I did it. I'm Instagram. I would of over 1,000, I think 1,200 like followers. Can I get more than 10 people to see my shit? Please? 10? We all do a lot of work. Anna makes videos. Dustin makes videos. Anna does our clip art. All this stuff. Can we break 20 once in a while? Please? Like, I don't know what else to do. And I don't blame anyone but Instagram. Like, I think I blamed Instagram in quite a few of my posts last week. Oh, if I'm not banned, shadow banned, I'm shadow banned now. I think once you call them out, you're instantly put in prison as far as posting. And I'm to the point, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm so over social media right now and the bullshit. But speaking of which, if you want to keep following us on Instagram, check us out over at Give Me Back the Podcast Instagram page. Give Me Back My Action Movies Instagram page. Both of those are on Facebook in the Give Me Back My Podcast group. Give Me Back My Action Movies, the group. We have a page over there. You can follow Anna at Nerd at the Movies. That you also have Pete and Anna are doing Crap After Hours Cinema Review with Anna and Pete. They have an Instagram page. Follow Pete with Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. He's getting better about posting. He's doing good boy stuff. He puts it out there. Follow Dustin, my co-host, on B Action at the Barons Hideout. Also Anna and Flicks and Friends. Mickey, you can find him on B Action and cellphonewallet.keys. We have a Patreon now. We are putting stuff on Patreon. Right now we have our Patreon exclusive show, Drawn to Action, where myself, Mickey, and Dustin talk about those hyper-violent, R-rated, and PG-13 action movies that somehow got turned into cartoons. We talk about those. We've been doing Toxic Crusaders, Rambo, Highlander, like all these movies that you went, that'll make a great kid show.
There was a Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon.
There is. That's on our list. We have Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. We're having a lot of fun on that. Our ranking system is how good is the episode is how good of a bowl of cereal we pick for that one. So that's not set to like 3 cereals. We just like one can be Captain Crunch. The other could be, Frosted Flakes that I added strawberry quick to. That's how good it was.
Or Kix plain without milk.
I've
That's
already
bad
hit
movie. That's a bad show.
I hit Dustin with a plain Cheerio already. So just so everybody knows, we do find some that we don't much care for. But yeah, a lot of fun over there. That is on Patreon. You can find us at Gimme Back the pod. Search it on Patreon. There's usually links everywhere. It's in our link tree on Instagram. We have 3 tiers. You can go check out what those tiers are over there, and we will be adding more. Thank you to the subscribers that have already started it.
Thank you.
We're already covering half the cost of the podcast now. So that was the biggest goal. Not looking to make money, just looking to help cover the cost of this. So that's all it is. And I'm trying to give you guys some extra content as well. Anything else, bub? I'm ready to go eat lunch. It's Sunday morning. We're recording this.
It is lunchtime. I got a batch of beer I'm going to make today. And
I thought he was going to drink. I got a batch of beer I'm drinking for lunch.
Drink.
It's Sunday, bitches. I don't have to worry about shit the rest of the day. But all right, here we go. We will see you next month on Give Me Back the podcast.